Yeah, so that's why we get all of this out before I hit the go live button. It is just best for everyone. Hello and welcome to Thursday night. We are back with Fading Suns. I know you assumed there was going to be some sort of technical issue. I assumed that as well, but the internet gods taketh away, but sometimes they giveth. And tonight, they giveth with abundance. And we are here on the Ulysses International stream about to play Fading Suns. If you tuned in on Tuesday, we had a great time with Torg Eternity, the Horseman, being back. And we had a great episode 2 weeks ago, thanks to the crew of the Oh Boii for stepping in when I had technical issues, and to Becca for sort of moderating that, and to Druid Philosopher for asking the tough questions that we all wanted answers to. Before we get in, let's just say, as always, thank you to our wonderful producer and to our moderators. Thank you so much. Chat, it's good to see you. I assume I will be seeing from you soon as JD starts sending me all of the goodness. So, when we last left off, everything was fine. You had a great time on a beat. Wait, no. Everything was burning down when we left. Calypso was captured by Jexa's nemesis, Derek. That you guys had made it to Shop Route. You sat down. Gemma and et al. Met with, tried to break up a doomsday sort of gathering, aiding Sister Samantha in kind of bringing I'll say mostly peaceful end to a couple of doomsday cultists that were riling the crowds up. Calypso and Jexa and Perpetua, you guys went to the Engineers Guild, and things went south from there. Calypso was captured by Derek. Jexa was shot multiple times, and the group reconnected and escaped into an abandoned shop. They did so as soon as they discovered that, hey, Derek has control of the horizontal and the vertical, and plastered Jexa's face over basically every digital display in the city. So we're going to pick up here with, if I remember correctly, Gemma giving first aid to Jexa. So, Gemma, do you want to give me that roll?
Ow.
Yeah, it's favored, right? Because I have a med kit.
It is favored, also because you have a med kit.
Because it's wits plus remedy, and that's not real high.
It is wits plus remedy, and in case anybody is wondering, Gemma's highest attribute is neither of those.
I have 10 VP banked, so I'm just going to dump that in and make it a 19.
You know what? That is what VP is for.
I rolled a 14.
Alright, so when you treat wounds and use remedy, basically those all become temporary VP. So you can't bank any of them. But you go 2-to-1 VP to Vitality. So Gemma will recover 7 Vitality. Resistance is 2. So you have to overcome the resistance of 2. So she will recover 6 Vitality.
I did roll a 10, so I could have that explode and roll again if you'd like.
Cool.
All right, so you guys can hear the sounds of like boots on the ground outside. There's definitely, I think they came in around here. You can see shadows pressed up against the grease and dirt smeared windows, but they don't seem to. There's very quickly a call further down the street, and they sort of pass on.
Okay. So, thank you, Gemma. I really really appreciate that. That hurt a lot, getting shot.
Mostly, I just shoved a stim in you. Let's be honest.
Well, I feel great now. That was awesome. Do you have any? No, you. So, Calypso is with Derek, and I guess my dad is outside of town. I think I have a plan as I was starting to hallucinate from the pain. My AI talked to me, and I think I have a plan. Do you guys have a plan?
I've got a couple ideas, but I'd say let's hear yours, and then I'll see if I can fit mine in somewhere too.
Okay. Getting at least basic schematics of that building shouldn't be that hard to know where there's the front door and there's the back door. My guess is that Derek took Calypso somewhere where he could be a man and torture her and feel strong and powerful because... And I look over at Gemma. I say, he's a weak man and not what I was about to say. So I think, especially with my face plastered everywhere, if I cause a distraction elsewhere, you guys should be able to get in and find Calypso by going in like the back door. By causing a distraction, I mean make it say that I am in multiple places at once, and have him have to be forced to send out most of his people in order to find me.
Any idea of how many people he has in there? And how many did you see when you were in there?
Oh, I don't know that I remember. Let me check my memory banks.
What are you doing while all this is going on, Perpetua?
I don't think that I have enough context right at this moment. I think that I know who Derek is, but like...
You gotta say it
surface
like, no,
level.
it's not Derek, it's Derek.
Derek!
There we go.
You have to say it with the proper hatred.
That's right.
So I guess I'm flipping through my Think Machine maps, trying to figure out are there other ways to approach the building, or
Go ahead.
I don't know.
So as you look about, as you use the maps that you purchased from the Order of St. Paulus, there are several alleyways that kind of, this area is just almost a warren of alleys, streets, sewer and municipal lines underneath. You have several options for getting into the building that you can see.
Do we know, is this the type of city that would have any kind of alarm systems in the sewers, or are they just poop chutes?
I would say it's kind of a crapshoot either way.
Really?
You set him. He got set up for that.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to just softball them across the plate, I sort of have to... You don't know. You would have to have... somebody in the city would have a better idea, or from the city would have a better idea.
So, Jexa, do you have any idea where he would have taken Calypso? Because I've got a bunch of different options for how we can get in, but the best plan is going to be to enter as close to her as possible and get out as quickly as possible.
What do I know about Derek, JM? Fabulous GM.
Buttering me up will not make this session go smoother.
It's worth a try.
So what you know of Derek is, you're right, he was supposed to be the journeyman who...
Introduced me to the guild on...
Well, no, yeah, kind of oversee your apprenticeship into journeyman. He was on his, like, was just about to cross over into master rank in the guild. The only time you really interacted with him was on Milan Station, where he really didn't seem to give a crap that you were Braxton's daughter. In fact, that seemed to inspire a lot of resentment towards you. But really, it was turning the gravity off and throwing him into a murderous crowd and leaving him for dead that seems to have colored his opinion of you.
No. Oh, no. He got me arrested on Milan Station, at which point I was held at gunpoint until a very nice tank of a woman saved me.
He did not get you arrested. He allowed the arresting officers to take you. There is a slight difference.
I feel like he went, take her! And I went, why?
See, this is that fun thing of how everyone who observes a event has different memories and remembers different details of the event. So that's what you know. You've been out of the loop of the Engineers Guild for so long. All you know is that this faction arose in opposition to to Grandmaster Mendez, your father, and that somehow Derek has been catapulted into sort of the figurehead of the resistance.
Question.
Yes.
With two folks with think machines, is there any way we could get a schematic of the building? Like from City Hall or a library or something?
Yeah, you could definitely go down to City Hall, and especially Perpetua would have the immediate capability of taking any schematic in the record files and uploading them to her think machine.
Cool. Gemma will ask that, and then her nose will start bleeding because that's too high-level thinking for her.
No, it's not.
It's true.
So maybe that's a good way to go to find a defensible position in the building where he might take her.
It's at that point that in the back room you guys hear a ton of cans fall over and a squeaking noise. Jumping over to our favorite captain. So when we left you, you were bound, forearms to a metal chair, forearms to the armrest, legs to the front seats. Like, you can move the chair back and forth, but you've got like several zip ties on your forearms. You've got several zip ties on your legs, and you can definitely see the gun, like your guns and your knives, kind of sitting over on a table. And there's this sound of like metal against concrete, and this other metal chair kind of appears about Derek drags a chair about 6 feet to face you, turns the chair around, sets it down facing you, and pulls a Will Riker and sits down. Captain Mars, I can't say that it is good to see you again, but it does look like the Pan Crater has favored both of us. Neither of us went down with the station, so to speak.
Okay, so slowly putting this together, you're one of the people on Milan Station. I don't know you.
You don't.
I don't, because I know I just lost Tamara for a second.
No, it's fine.
It's been doing that. I don't think she ever really directly interacted with him.
No, you didn't.
Yeah. Okay.
Listen, Other people might be insulted about that fact, but I take pride in my work, not in my reputation. So the fact that you don't know who I am is perfectly okay. All I need you to know is that I represent the Engineers Guild. I have access to their coffers, and I'm willing to make them available to you if you bring me what I want.
Okay, how much are we talking? And
The current bounty, I believe, is currently upping to 40,000 firebirds, but for you, because of your intimate connection with the girl.
Okay. With the girl.
How does 350,000 firebirds sound?
I could buy a planet.
A small one. If you would rather have a planet, I'm sure there are some decommissioned asteroids among the Engineer Guild logs that I would be glad to lose the access codes and rights to, but I need Jexa Mendez.
Okay, so back up, since I don't know you, you know me. So you're aware of what I'm capable of, and that I like money, clearly.
Hence the multiple restraints.
Yes, very flattered. So before I agree to this, is it gonna be in writing? Because, like, that's a lot of money.
You want a contract in exchange for...
I mean, like, we could also, take safety pins, break our fingers, and push it together and say promise, but, whatever.
He taps on the fabric of his jumpsuit, and he goes, I have sent for a reeve. As soon as they are here, we will be glad to put this in legal writing. 350,000 firebirds for the surrendering of Jexa Mendez. I can promise you that no harm will come to her.
Yeah, so inconsequential, frankly, right now. My question is, why do you want her so badly?
He kind of stands up, he turns the chair around, he moves a little closer, he's now about 4 feet away. He sits down. Honestly, I couldn't care less about her. In my opinion, she's an arrogant little brat who rode her father's coattails to where she is in the Engineers Guild. I've seen nothing. I have seen nothing to justify her arrogance or her rapid rise through the ranks aside from a nepotistic bent. However, her father is currently holed up in an old Ur ruin that we can't gain access to. So, I give him the choice. Either he leaves the ruin and submits himself to guild authority, or something rather unpleasant happens to his daughter.
Okay, but I mean, you also just said that you don't want any harm to come to her, so I'm just trying to,
Oh, no, listen, I may... Whoa.
Teeter, figure out where we're going here. Do I bring her in roughed up? I need specifics here, man.
Listen, I understand that the confusion, I apologize. No, I am not going to kill Jexa, nor will I injure her in any way. I do have several terabytes of video data of various crimes that she has been involved in that, in addition to being stripped of her rank in the Engineers Guild, will make its way to the proper authorities, and he will know that his daughter spent the rest of her life in an Imperial prison. Now, If harm befalls her, that is out of my hands, but I will deliver her to the proper authorities with nary a tear shed.
Okay. So, really, you're paying me 350,000 firebirds because you're really mad that Daddy-O is sitting on something you want. That what I'm picking up here?
No. I think Braxton has misused his position as guildmaster, and there are those who have sided with me. I want this civil war brought to a swift and absolute end. The guild must maintain a unified face, a unified front to the rest of the known worlds. Otherwise, the Imperial eye turns our way, and no one wants the Engineers Guild brought under Imperial authority or sanction. Do you know what happens when that happens? Water reclamation plants fail. Space stations fall out of the night sky.
Oh, we're soapboxing. Okay. Well, succinctly, I don't like the Pan Creator. I find it dumb, so I'd prefer all of that to probably stay floating. I've had enough of Milan Station. So, okay. How am I going to get in contact with you? How are we going to rendezvous? When are you going to take me out of these restraints because my left pinky is starting to go numb? And lastly, you need to give me back my knives.
I had it on very good authority that... Never mind. Should you agree to this, I would be willing to set you free, implant a small tracker in you that will pick up the audio around you, and as soon as you are ready, just work the word avocado into a sentence, and my strike team will be ready to descend upon your location.
Okay, sure. So, implanting a tracker in my person.
Yes.
How about you just give me a pretty necklace, my dude?
Because a necklace can be taken off. And Calypso Mars, I know your reputation. Yours does precede you, and I am not used to holding oiled cobras and expecting them to do to stay where I place them. So I would like something a little bit more.
How about this? Let me give you a little bit of background about me, since you're in a room stuck with me. I have literally spaced my boyfriend. I have just, maybe killed 15, 20 kids for fun. I was paid extra money for it. It didn't really bother me. Also, you're offering me 350,000 firebirds to turn in some little girl who, frankly, none of this really matters to me, because then I can go run rich and be perfectly fine and do what I'm doing. That's all fine and good for me. You probably don't want to put something into my skin, because if I'm angry at you later, you might have something in yours. So how about this? You want assurance? Then we'll do this. I will give you something of mine that I absolutely need back.
And what would that be?
This. On my left hand. On my ring finger. That I can't give you because I'm literally stuck to a metal chair.
He kind of looks. Is it your ring?
Yeah,
that's kind of what I figured.
Yeah, that Flint gave to Gregor to give to her. Yeah.
Yes, put the tracker in a necklace for now.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to jump back over. There's the four of you. There's the sound of cans falling over in the back room.
I'll go take a look.
All right. Remember, this is the front of a shop, so the doors to the back room are almost saloon style. Just layers of dust on every slat. You think they might have been like a cherry red at one point, and they are now just sort of like a dusty pink. But as you push it open, you leave a handprint clearly on the door, and the door kind of squeaks as the side opens up. And you can see there's several dented cans rolling across the floor, from your right side towards the left side of the room. You can see there is a door that leads back out of the shop, assuming to the street or an alleyway to your left, and there's just sort of more shelves on the right hand side.
Okay, so you said it's dusty in here. Can I see like footprints on the floor to see if somebody came in and then left?
You can see footprints coming in. So there are several sets of tracks back here. The mice and rat tracks seem most pervasive. There are several sets of barefoot and booted prints, but you can see that dust has already started to fill back in. The most recent prints are of someone barefoot, probably half the size of Val's foot, and they're coming in from the door and they kind of head off to the right.
And not going back out.
Not going back out.
Okay, I'm gonna step between the shelves and the door, so I'm kind of blocking the door.
Okay.
Come out.
You hear, no.
Don't make me come drag you out. Come out.
Okay, so Val, several things happen at once. One, a rather large can comes flying right at your head. Do you want to increase your resistance?
How do I do that? By putting
You spend VP to
into it?
increase. Yeah, so what's your physical resistance? Or your body resistance?
It's currently 3.
Okay.
So I'll increase it to... Sure, I'll increase it to 8.
Okay, so Val,
That'll be fun.
you try to get out of the way and you manage to catch the can kind of right in the left side of your head. You take 2 vitality from it.
Oh.
And
terrible.
you see someone shoot out from behind the shelf where they just threw a can at you, and they are booking towards the door.
Okay, I'm between them and the door. Can I grab them?
You most assuredly can. I don't even need a roll. The rest of you guys hear like the shuffle of shelving. You hear more cans hit the floor. You hear like a thump, like maybe something hit, I don't know, like Val's head. And then
You definitely hear Val cursing.
you manage to get the back of their shirt. And what you can see is there is a young woman or a young girl about 8 or 9, filthy, short-cut hair, kind of like a dirty black, and is wearing a shirt that goes all the way down to her mid-shins, pants kind of underneath those that look a little bit ragged, and barefoot as a hobbit. And she's like, "Let me go! Let me go!"
All right, calm down. No one's going to hurt you. Just going to have a little talk, all right?
No, I don't want to talk. I want to go.
What were you doing in here?
Nothing?
Buying?
No?
Then why were
No.
you hiding?
Because I heard voices. I thought you were the shop owner.
No, not the shop owner. Come on, let's go back and sit down and
You're not with Mr.
we
Morrow.
can... I honestly don't know who that is. Is he the one who owns the shop?
You guys all can hear this. There's like no barrier between the back room and this room.
I'm gonna kind of steer her back into the main room if I can.
She kind of shuffles in. You can see this girl kind of being guided by Val in here.
Hi. What's your name?
Orica?
Orica. Well, that nice lady who's holding onto your shirt is named Val. This
Hello.
really big lady right here, his name's Gemma. And then this very nice lady is Perpetua. I almost called her Edith because that's what's on her screen.
We've crossed the streams!
Screens. And I'm Jexa.
You're not with Mr. Morrow?
I don't know who that is.
Well, there's some good food back there. He just leaves it on his shelves.
Okay, when was the last time you saw him in here? Is he gonna come back?
He is definitely does not. I mean, with the amount of dust, and remember everything was covered in tarps, and the windows are all greased over. I don't know.
I don't think he's coming back.
So
Well,
do you want to split the food?
I've got a better
One
idea.
for me, one for you.
I've got a better idea. Why don't you have a seat for a second? I'm gonna rummage through kind of my pockets and pull out some pastries that I had
That's
picked
right.
up in the market. And hand her a couple of pastries. Why don't you have some of these? Talk to us for a few minutes, and then we don't particularly need the food back there, so you don't even have to split it with us. Just sit and talk for a minute if you wouldn't mind.
If I'm feeling okay, I'd actually like to go back and see what is in the back room.
You're not so much feeling okay, but you're not feeling as bad as you were a moment ago, thanks to Jexa's... Gemma's gentle bedside manner?
Gemma has a lovely bedside manner. And I'm probably high.
That's
right
right.
now.
I assume Jexa just yells at the wounds till they close.
Jexa does or Gemma does? You're getting us some super
No,
confused.
I said Gemma. No, I didn't.
You said Jexa.
It's been what, a month since I've run this game? I don't even know who you people are.
I'm Maddie.
All right, so Jexa,
I'm Jenny.
you guys chat. This is what I look forward to every Thursday night. All right, so Jexa, you stumble back there. Val, you can definitely see that like Jexa's true north is sort of. It seems to be a storeroom. It looks like whatever was stored back here was kind of like general goods and supplies.
Okay. I just kind of want to rummage through and see what all there is.
There seems to be about like 90 to 100 kilograms of foodstuffs, non-perishable, all stuffs in cans, back here. Most of it is covered in an obscene layer of dust.
Are there any electronics?
You can see that there was an alarm on the shop, but somebody has cut it a while ago.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking for any electronics
Okay.
stuff as well. So.
All right.
I will have gone back with Jexa just to make sure she doesn't fall and
Fine. I'm fine.
open wounds. Are any of these cans of food flammable?
Or any of the
Like-
is any of the food flammable?
Like, are there any cans of olive oil or vegetable oil or?
Or kerosene.
There are 2 1-liter jars of what is labeled cooking oil.
Perfect.
Perpetua, you and Val are sitting there with Orica.
So, what's happening
So,
in this city?
Oh, really?
I mean, it doesn't seem like things are very great around here right now. What have you heard?
Things haven't been good for a while.
Since the guild started fighting? Know
No,
anything about that?
That's yeah. No, that made it worse, but things haven't been good on Shoproot for a while. People just leave. No one's coming back. Cult of the Criers say that it's because the stars are going out.
And how long have you been here?
I was born in Shaproot. Been here all my life.
Your family, are they still around?
No, they all got real sick. Several cycles back, and yeah.
And so now you take care of yourself.
I do.
Where do you stay?
Here and there. There are several good places to sleep. Sometimes in shops like this that have closed. Sometimes the Criers take us in. I don't like staying with the Criers, though. They want you to hold signs and yell at people.
Yes, I think we ran into some of them earlier today. I don't really like them either.
Yeah, they sometimes there's several people who will open their doors for the night, but most nights I spend with other people on the street, friends, and we sleep under the city, stay out of the wind.
You know your way around the city pretty well, then? Have you been around the guild hall much, the Engineers Guild?
Sometimes they throw out spare parts and things that we can use to trade.
Know any good ways in that people don't watch as much?
I'm not going to get in trouble if I answer that, am I?
Of course not. You'll get another pastry, though.
I do.
All right. You know, how would you like to do a little bit of a job? Maybe earn some money? Or some new clothes, maybe? Something warmer?
Okay. What do you need?
We might need you to show us one of your more secret ways through the city, maybe towards the guild hall.
Let me stay here. I will get Marius. He and I know the best ways.
All right.
Okay, she jumps up and goes running into the back room. Gemma and Jexa, you haven't found any electronics, but you definitely found 2 jars of cooking oil.
Cool.
And you just see Orica go running out.
I turn to Perpetua.
Oh no! There goes my plan.
I'm turning to Perpetua really quickly. I'm going to follow her, make sure she doesn't turn us in for more money. And I'm gonna kind of sneak out after her.
Give me a dexterity plus stealth roll.
Okay.
What are you doing, Perpetua? Are you going with? Are you staying here?
I don't think it's a good idea, but I'm gonna let Val follow, and I will tell the others where Val went.
Okay. Val, give me the roll, but we'll wait until we're going to go over to Calypso. All right. Calypso, a Shantor walks in maybe 5 minutes later. One of the large horse-like aliens that are native to Shaproot, right? Their reservations, their reserves are all here on the planet. And he kind of walks in, and he hands a thin necklace with a little locket at the bottom to Derek, and he hands a small display to Derek, who nods and, yes. All right, Miss Mars. Sorry, Captain Mars. So, the Reeve, and he reaches down to his own squawker. The Reeve has prepared the legal document that you requested. It's a simple Chainers Guild contract. You, Captain Calypso Mars, do hereby blah 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 to deliver to Derek, myself, the Engineers Guild, who for the remainder of this document will be referred to as the purchasing party, to deliver one Jexa Mendez for the fee of 350,000 Firebirds. Now, I will say I'm not rescinding the open bounty for 40,000 Firebirds, so I do suggest that you work quickly.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, so this doesn't tell me where am I to drop her off.
Just bring her. You should bring her back here. This will be the. I will have an air car ready to take us to where Braxton is.
Okay, so get girl, bring her here. Y'all go there. I go on my shiny way with a lot of money. When do I get the money? Where is the money?
Well, see, here's the thing. Money is sort of a nebulous thing. It's an agreed upon hallucination that we all agree on. But right now it is in the coffers of the guild, and I would be glad to transfer it directly into any account that you wish.
Cool. Okay. Just wondering about that one. And then this doesn't explicitly state when I'm to receive payment. Is that upon delivery?
It is upon delivery and return to your ship. Now, I do hate to be a stickler for these things, but I do know your reputation, and as you just admitted to multiple homicides in front of me, but if you'll excuse me, if I do not find this whole situation a bit nerve-wracking, to say the least. So, if you are planning on any sort of double cross, let me just remind you, we are the Engineers Guild. Mm-hmm. We repair the mechanical components of the Empire, including ships such as yours. Which means we also know how to break ships such as yours, or cause those dear to you who are currently on the ship to suffer mishaps due to the breaking of that ship. I do hate threats. Do not believe that they belong in polite society. However, as I said, your reputation precedes you, and you did just admit to multiple homicides.
What I take off from this is you're afraid of me, aren't you?
Oh, I'm terrified of you in a one-on-one situation, which is why I, one, hope to hide behind the legions of guild automatons should things go south. But also, I promise you that if anything goes wrong and you are to blame, well, money does not only purchase your services.
I just wanted to hear you say that you're afraid of me. It's so cute.
Yes, well, we all have our strengths and our weaknesses, do we not? As the pen...
Seeing as I know how to break
random
every bone
genetics.
in your body.
Yes, I'm sure you do.
That is my strength.
And I'm sure that is terrifying for the average scum hauler that you interact with. And I will be honest, if it was just you and me, I would find that quite terrifying. But I'm going to leave this room, and in an hour I will let you go. Once I have returned to the safety of the guild.
Mm-hmm. What's your name again? Random name generator.
No. I just want to make sure I get it. It is Derek Shinoy.
Okay. How do you spell that?
It is on the contract, and I have just sent it over to you. I swear, I do not know how you received the reputation that you did, but it seems to be well deserved. Perhaps names are just not your thing. Are you really good with faces?
Peeling or boiling?
Right. He turns to the Shantor. Well, shall we? And he stands up. The restraints are scheduled to... I'm giving Occam's razor a weird point because he is delightful. You are delightful, Occam's razor. Listen. The sooner we get Jexa, the sooner the bloodshed ends. I do not know if that fits in with your... or if you have a personal code, but I would appeal to your better angels.
I mean, my personal code is to live at all costs, except for when I choose to not. So...
And have you made that... No, I do not care. All right.
I have. I tell you about it. If you're interested.
You are a uniquely infuriating person.
Uh-huh. I've been told.
I can see why Jexa fell in with you. And we're going to flash back over to Val as she is going through the streets. What'd you get, Val?
Success.
All right, you follow Orica through the streets, and she is running as light as an Alarian gazelle across the streets as she goes running to through the streets, and she ends up ducking into a series of alleyways that you almost lose her in. But she kind of comes to a group of children who are kind of huddled around in a circle. They seem to be playing... they seem to be playing some sort of game. They're throwing small spheres and small dodecahedrons. You're not really sure what's going on, but she pats a boy on the shoulder and kind of whispers in his ear. And he kind of looks at her, shrugs, collects his bits, puts them in his pocket, and the two of them stand up and come running back down the alleyway towards you.
Okay, so she didn't go to the guild hall or turn us in. She just actually went and got her friend.
Yes.
Okay, good. I'll head back and try to get back a little bit ahead of her so she doesn't know I followed.
Meanwhile, back at the shop, Jexa is high. Perpetual, what are you and Gemma doing? Jexa, the dust in the air.
What else is in the shop? I saw the food. I see the dust and the dust sheets, but...
There, as you kind of lift things up, there's a bunch of glass cases where it looks like food stuff would be put on display. You can see other shelves. Give me a D20 roll.
Two
6?
things.
Go ahead, Maddie. What were you going to say?
No, go ahead and finish with Lily.
Oh, with a 6, as you are kind of going about the place. You do recover. You do find several kind of small fusion cells. So they'll power things like energy shields, your squawkers, portable think machines, that sort of thing. So small ones are. You find 4 of them. 2 of them seem to be dead and could be recharged. The other 2 seem to still be holding a charge.
Okay. I put them in my pockets, and we'll look at them later.
Gemma.
One, I'm keeping an eye on Jexa because I know when those drugs wear off, she's going to be in a world of pain. So debating if I just hop her up again when it starts to wear off. Right. And 2, again, field medic, not a trained doctor. Is there any kind of battle order presence on Shop Route?
There is not. Most of the churches and the cathedrals here on Shop Route are actually escharotic order, not battle order. You know that there may be 1 or 2 small chapels dedicated to the battle order on the large Amalik estates, but those would be on Videha, which is another like region of the planet. That's where most of the large Al Malik estates are, where the Li Halan and the Imperial estates are as well.
Okay. So there's no one in Shop Route.
No, the main church organizations here would be the Escharotic Order, of which Sister Samantha is one.
Oh, right. I was actually, now that you say that, I was gonna try and, did she give me a way to get a hold of her?
Yeah, she gave you her one time, or she gave you an access code that you can use to get a hold of her.
Okay. Perpetuo, do you think we should try and get a hold of her now, or wait? Might be a little more secure place for us to hide out and possibly get Jexa off stims.
I would like... Yeah, I'd like to have a plan. I'd like to have a safe place to hide out, and then we can call in reinforcements, because right now it's just going to confuse the issue.
Okay, then I might go ahead and call her and see if we can. Hey, Jexa.
Hello?
Hey, I need you to play
hey.
with the buttons and the shiny lights and set up a private comm line for me to this number.
Okie dokie.
And I'm going to try and comm Samantha on a line that hopefully is not bugged. So my debugger is high as a kite.
I mean, she is. Well, let's just be honest. But you were the one who treated her, so I'm not entirely sure who is to blame.
Oh,
here.
I take full responsibility, but
Dude, look at this hole that I have.
right. Yeah, she's up and moving, which is more than she was before. Maybe don't touch it. Maybe see how dusty it is in here. You don't want to get that dust on your insides.
No.
Right. So, you remember how we were working on focus, like meditating and focus? Yeah, perfect. Now, can you do that and play with the shiny buttons and lights and set up a secure comm link for me? Maybe
sure.
use your AI.
Yeah, sure. She's
Great.
been talking to me.
Yeah, talking to you a lot.
Yeah.
You sure it's her and not the other one?
Oh,
Things are dark and scary, so I'm pretty sure it's the AI.
All right, so Jexa, you retreat into the head of your think machine and go to set this up.
Yeah.
Of course, Jexa. I would be glad to help you with this.
I look for creepy shadows in my brain.
Give me a faith plus observe roll.
Okay. Oh, look at all my VP I have stored. Because someone critted and I wasn't able to use it to protect myself. Alright, I am going to spend 5 VP to make it a 17 instead of a 12. Whew, that was a 13. Okay. So I was successful with a 13.
You were successful with a 13. Okay, how many are you spending on trying to detect shadows in your head?
12.
Okay, you don't see any shadows in your head.
Excellent. Okay, thank you. Then I will trust you.
You should. Always trust me, Jexa.
Jexa, who are you talking to?
My AI. And I pet Gemma's face.
Can you reach my face?
No, I think I'm petting your face. I might be petting Perpetua's. We aren't. I'm not entirely sure. As if Perpetua's come back and is in hand reach.
Gemma's gonna lean over to Perpetua and be like, I dare you to make pig noises.
All right, so
Nope.
Jexa, your AI is more than willing to open a path for you.
Great. And it is protected.
Of course, no one will be able to
Like-
access this path.
Good.
The way is
Okay.
just for you.
You know, before I got a demon in my head, you sounded a lot less creepy.
I think that's just the paranoia talking.
Probably. Like I said, before I had
Hey,
a demon in my
Jexa,
head. What?
does your AI sound different?
Hey, Perpetua, do you think you could set up using your AI?
Wow,
a secure
no,
online?
Jexa sets up the Gemma, your screen kind of comes up and hello?
Is this Sister Samantha?
Yes. Oh, Gemma, it's good to see you. Listen. Have you been outside in the streets?
Yeah. So that's why I'm calling. Do you have anywhere we could lay low for a little while? Maybe have access to some healing?
I can provide first aid, but we don't really have any medical. We don't have anyone like Sanctuary Aeon or a surgical suite, but are you okay?
I'm okay. Someone under my care is not. I've done some triage, some battlefield triage. Yeah, that's. I feel like this is not a safe touch. That's her. So I was just trying to see if there was somewhere maybe I could stash her, so when the stims wear off, she's not howling in pain.
I can send a wagon for you. Tell me where you're at, and I will do what I can to get someone there.
Okay. Other thing I should probably disclose. The face on the wanted posters, it's not a terrible person. It's actually my ward, who has been shot up pretty bad. So if you trust me, great. Send the wagon. I'll tell you where we are. If you don't want to be involved, let me know now, because it's going to get ugly.
No, this is clearly a Horns of the Altar situation. If you need sanctuary, we will provide it.
Okay, great. And I will...
At this point, Val comes walking in the back door.
Great. Send her our location and just ask if they can be as discreet as possible.
I will see you when you arrive.
Perfect.
We've got a couple street urchins coming back who can show us some secret ways through the city, if that helps.
That would help. Val, you know all the secret ways through the city, don't you? Because you and Gregor were best friends when you were young and rascally.
I'd like to think I'm still a little rascally.
Hey, Jexa?
Yes.
Remember how we were also working on times when we should talk and when we shouldn't talk?
Nope.
Cool.
All right, I'm meditating.
Perfect. You go ahead and meditate.
I'm gonna kind of draw Gemma and Perpetua a little ways away from meditating high Jexa. So, is she gonna be okay?
Yeah, she, that was like military grade stims I hit her with, because that's all I have, so it's like stims that would help me. It's probably like 4 times too much for her, but, you know, field medic.
Great. So, get her some more medical help with Sister Samantha is what I'm hearing, and then maybe take a look around.
Yeah.
See if we can figure out a safe way into the guild.
All right.
Sounds like a good plan.
Okay. I brought Marius. He can help us. Marius, this is Val and Pepper and Jexima.
Close enough. Marius, do you want a pastry?
Yes, please.
Pastry for small child.
Okay, so nearly a half hour later, you guys kind of hear at the front door, and you can see like a couple of people, and you can tell from their silhouettes that they're in robes. Sister Gemma?
I'm just gonna protectively step in front of Jexa just in case.
Totally fair. I will open the door a crack.
Hello, we are, and you can see they all, both of them have the sigil of the Eschatonic Order on over their hearts. Sister Samantha said that we should come here, and you can actually see they actually brought a wagon. There are no animals drawing it. There seems to be instead kind of a small, like, janky hover engine kind of on the front, but there are seats, there are controls, and then the back of the wagon has a large tarp over it to
Perfect.
take you and the others back to the temple.
Correct. I'm going to find something to just kind of drape over Jexa so her features are not obvious, and the giant hole in her isn't obvious.
Okay.
And kind of usher her into the back of the wagon and kind of direct the group to do the same.
As the so are you guys all going out with this person?
Well, are local guides going to join us, or how do they feel?
Oh, we'll go with. We know Drusus.
I think we should all go, just so that we know where everyone is, and then those of us who are not high, might be able to do something about the captain after that.
All right. Are you going on the wagon as well then, Perpetua, or are you doing something else? You seem to have plans and wheels within wheels.
I need to know where home base is, and then there can be plans.
Okay. They kind of cover Jexa with the tarp, and the engine kind of starts up with a whine, and you guys are being taken to the Eschatonic Order chapel here in this part of the city. Calypso, about 10 minutes later, there are 3 tiny pops, and both of your arms kind of come free. And half a second later, there are 4 more tiny pops, and you can stand.
I stand.
Hold on. Yes, you do. No, I'm just kidding. So you stand. As you kind of look around, this looks to be like a large, empty room. You can see a lot of scuff marks and scratches on the ground as if whatever was here was sort of dragged out. The only thing in the room is the table with your gear all laid out and freshly serviced. Like all of the knives have been honed to a razor's edge and are oiled, kind of sitting out on a cloth, kind of glittering or glistening in the harsh overhead lights. Your guns have been clearly taken apart, cleaned, and reassembled. Even your squawker looks as if it has been freshly buffed.
She's going to take both of her guns, and she's just going to shoot the wall to check to make sure that they're working.
Blam! Blam! They both, Blam and Fweem. They are both working.
Okay. She'll, distantly, secondarily be like, wonder if that went through the wall. Hope not. Don't really care if it did. And she's gonna try to see if she can find her way out.
Okay. There is a door that when you open it, it leads directly to outside. There's a set of metal stairs that kind of descend down onto the street, and immediately when you open the door, like the sounds of the city immediately come in. You can see that this door is like thicker than you would have kind of assumed, and the walls are like, you can see the door frame, but then the walls look like they've got like an added 2 or 3 inches of something, but it was keeping all of the sound out of the room.
Okay. Okay.
You also know... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to ask, when she closes the door, does the door disappear? Does it blend in? Is it camoed? What happens?
It doesn't. It's just, you can hear the click of the lock, and also your squawker kind of starts buzzing in your hand, and you have 36 missed messages.
She'll pick up her squawker.
They're all from Gregor.
Everybody. She'll calm everybody, including Gregor, and she'll say, "Hey, I'm out. Meet me at the Oh Boii."
Well, I'm already here.
Yeah. Well, okay. So then.
I haven't seen or
there.
heard from anyone since you guys went into the city. Well, I'll be honest, it's a little uneasable like.
Okay. Well, everything is fine. Just, stay there. You've been taking your pain meds, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, keep resting. Don't forget to hydrate. Those dehydrate you. I remember. And I'll be there soon.
The rest of you guys all get a call from Calypso.
Yep. That was just.
Calypso!
Oh. Yes. Hello. Can we rendezvous at the Oh Boii, please?
It's gonna be a little bit. Wait,
Hi!
and I clap my hand over Jex's mouth because I know she's gonna overshare. And she's supposed to be quiet in the back of a cart.
We'll meet you there as soon as we can,
I'll
Captain.
ping back instead of speaking. Meet you there in a little bit.
Okay, sounds good. Bye. She'll scurry towards the Oh Boii. And then upon getting there, she's immediately going to find paper and pen, preferably a felt tip pen.
Okay. I'm sure you have those lying about. Give me a.
She sure does. She's so stylish.
give me a perception plus observe roll as you approach the Oh Boii.
Can you roll for me?
Sure.
I realized I don't have any of my dice.
Do you want? Here, I'm gonna roll. All right. So I have rolled. Do you want blue, green, or red?
Blue.
That's a 17.
I fail.
Okay. When you get on the ship, Gregor kind of on his cane. Good to see you. I haven't been able to really get in touch with the others, and Captain.
Yeah.
What? I mean, right, it's okay, but what happened to the ring? Are we not?
Oh, how did? Okay.
Apparently, when Gregor's on pain meds, he's hyper observant.
She'll say, okay. Full disclosure, I
Right
am
now?
doing me a betrayal.
Okay.
So
Wait, what?
no, keep your shirt on. I'm doing me a betrayal. That's not you. Let me fill you in. So I agreed to, as she's moving around this room trying to find a pen and a felt tip pen and a paper.
He's like, obviously, this is what you have been looking for.
Yeah, so yeah, she'll take those things and she'll start writing as she's simultaneously saying. So I agreed to betray Gemma and well, mostly Jexa, but Gemma. And I'm going to turn Jexa in for 350,000 Firebirds, and you and I are going to make like the devil and leave. And she'll hold up the paper that says, "I'm lying, shut up, and just act normal." She'll put the paper back down and then write on it very quickly, and then that says, some dude wants Jexa. I'm setting a trap for this dude. I don't know who he is though. List it up again.
Right. So I should leave my clothes on.
Yes, because we'll need you in your clothes for the big betrayal.
Right.
And she'll put up the "I'm lying" side again.
He definitely looks like this.
Oh, and then she'll just randomly go, "Oh," and she'll say, "Oh," and also because I really didn't want something embedded into my skin, because I absolutely have a tracker on my person right now. Full disclosure. Sorry, dude. She'll say that into her necklace. Sorry, dude.
I assume every time you do this, you are talking to Derek.
Yeah, and that's what I'm gonna do. And she'll say, "But me and needles, unless it's a tattoo, it's not going in my body unless it's a medically necessary procedure."
Right. So.
Oh, so the ring was collateral. So I have to get it back from him.
All right. So, Jexa's worth 350 1,000 firebirds, and we're gonna turn her over to some dude in the Engineers Guild, and then we are going to go buy a beach.
Yes. Or a small planet, apparently. Oh, that reminds me. Dude's name is Derek. Since
I hate that guy.
you're my fiance, I'm just gonna full disclosure tell you everything.
Right. Wait, I
So you know this guy.
don't hate him.
He's wonderful, like really good dude, prosperous.
No, he's an ass.
Oh, well. We can't all be liked.
I just really like that you're like yelling into this mic, so if he's listening, he's getting terrible feedback right now.
Right, so got it. Jexa turns into a pile of firebirds and we don't look back.
Correct.
Right.
Because then, I can potentially... She'll just hold up the I'm lying side again and be like, because I could potentially maybe buy a bigger ship. And this time I won't have to vac anybody. And then for that one, she'll be like, she'll just kind of shrug. She didn't hold up the I'm lying part.
Gregor doesn't know about that part.
Yeah. Walk away.
Right. So the rest of you arrive at this chapel. And you can see that, like, Sister Samantha is kind of outside, kind of worrying a furrow in front of the chapel. And when she sees the cart kind of rolling up, she makes the sign of the jump gate cross and kind of walks up. Praise the Pan Creator. Do you realize that most of the city is out hunting for... What did you give her? Oh, dear child, come inside.
Again, field medic, stims for battle order, and it's all I had.
But she'll be safe here. I know the city's looking for her, but she'll be all right here.
Yes, I will keep her under not just physical protection, but spiritual protection as well.
Maybe sooner rather than later, before she crashes off of these pills, drugs, whatever.
Yes.
She's not gonna be happy when she comes down off of this.
Becca, I need you to give me a faith plus vigor roll here, please.
Oh, good.
Oh, no.
A what plus vigor roll?
Faith plus vigor. Okay.
We've been working on your faith. It's fine.
We have, and it has improved. Okay, I have 3 VP left. I will be using those to get it to a nice, even 12. Seven. Thanks, Seven, for sending me good thoughts. That's a 7. I would like to spend 6 for whatever you have in your brain.
Okay. I guess it would be nice, but you walk into the chapel, and Sister Samantha kind of escorts you in. Are you all staying as well? Do I need to shelter you as well?
That's what we're trying to figure out. We thought we were headed in one direction, and now we might be heading in another direction. But regardless of that, do you have any food or old robes or clothing for these 2 children?
Yes, of course. Oh, Orica and Marius, it is good to see you. Yes, we can take them in for the evening. I have smaller... We can make something work for them, yes.
Okay. And then we'll probably talk amongst ourselves indoors if possible to figure out what we're going to do next.
Indoors here, or...?
Here. We just need to not be on the street.
Just come inside.
Perfect.
So what was that roll for?
I just needed a roll. I mean, why?
Oh.
It was so
Did I
your
need
flesh
to
wouldn't
spend
burn off
those
when you walked
VP?
into the temple.
What'd you say?
Did I need to spend those VP?
You needed to spend some VP.
Okay. I maintained my 6. Like, I'm not changing that. I just
No.
want to know, because you were like, okay, fine. And you never explained.
Again, so your flesh didn't melt off the minute you set foot in the temple.
Maybe I just like to see if Jexa has faith.
She does.
All right.
Hashtag Team Jenna.
All right, so the four of you are in the Eschatonic Order, the vestibule and the entryway of this chapel. On the floor, you can see several of the Eschatonic saints kind of immortalized in a mosaic on the floor around a massive bronze basin that you can see has images from the Omega Gospels on the outside, and there's this large fire burning within, but it's not giving off any heat. You can see the stained glass with the prophet Zebulon and several of the other disciples that followed him, but they're all a little off. Not in sort of a heretical way, Gemma, but in a very much they all seem to be displaying more theurgy than you would normally expect to see. Like the miracles of the prophet Zebulon and of the disciples and the saints, those are miracles. But the Eschatonic Order's iconography, their art, their stained glass, they seem to be kind of leaning into a lot more of kind of the theurgic expressions of power from some of the more apocryphal tales from the Omega Gospels.
I don't suppose there's any sign of Beatrice.
Not that you can see here, no.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay. After I see that Jexa is being tended to and will maybe crash a little less hard, Perpetua and Val, what do we want to do?
I guess we should probably meet Calypso, but it seems like it's probably a trap. So I don't think we should take Jexa with us.
Right. I don't know how she made it out of there.
I'd say they probably let her go, knowing that we'd have to rendezvous eventually, and she'd be the best way to get to Jexa. That would make sense.
So maybe we can have the kids take me and Jexa underground somewhere, and you guys can find out.
They've got like bread shoved into their mouths, like chipmunks squirreling away nuts for the winter.
Very good self-preservation. I like it.
I feel like you should be okay here for the night at least, with Sister Samantha.
Well, I don't want to leave Jexa here alone.
No, absolutely not.
And so
yeah.
I mean, when we need to find out where Jexa's dad is. We need to find out what we can do with the Engineers Guild and Derek.
Derek.
And thank you.
You can have a weird point, Perpetua. You can have one too, Becca, for playing high Jexa this whole time.
I'm thinking maybe you and Jexa could stay here while Gemma and I go meet with the captain, try to find out what's going on, she might be able to tell us something about where Engineer Mendez is. We at least need to know we need to know what's going on with Calypso, so I think we should go meet with her and then get her input, if at all possible. See what we can do about everything else then. We need to reconvene as much as possible first, though.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's fine. We need more information before we can make a plan.
Yeah.
We'll help you. Maurice is really good at thinking.
How
We're
old
going
is
to
Marie?
need that.
Maurice is about the same age, or Marius is about the same age as Orica.
Now that I'm thinking about it, Orica or Marius, do you know what happened to Engineer Mendez?
Orica shakes her head, and Marius is like, yeah, he used to find little things for us to do, and so I remember when he had to get out of town, and he told us not to go back to the Engineers Guild until he came back. He went west of the city, and there are old Ur ruins out there, or maybe Shantor ruins. I don't know, but he and his guild members they sort of they dug it out of the ground and then they hid inside of it.
Do you think you'd be able to help us find those ruins or get a message to Engineer Mendez?
I don't know if I can get a message to them, but I do know that I know where they are.
Well, there's one problem solved.
Am I still in this room?
I
Or
assume
have
so.
I been taken?
I mean, you may be in the room, but are you actually in the room?
Oh, because I was just going to lean over to Orica and Marius. And because I'm still not entirely in control of my brain functions, whisper, he's my dad.
Hey, just roll a d20 for me, Jexa.
3.
What'd you get?
3.
Okay. They're like, he is? Alright, so what I'm understanding from our group that is separated is that Perpetua and Jexa are staying here nominally, maybe leaving Jexa behind while Perpetua goes with Marius and Orica to do some scouting.
I don't think we're leaving Jexa
Yet.
alone.
Okay, so you two are staying at the chapel to talk with Sister Samantha. Val and Gemma, you are heading back to the Oh Boii.
Before Gemma leaves, she's going to make sure Perpetua feels comfortable defending Jexa if it comes to that.
I've been getting better with my gun.
I'm just asking, 'cause it's most likely where the fight's gonna happen, so I just want to make sure you understand. You have to be the tank in this situation, and if you're not comfortable with that, maybe we should switch.
I can shoot too.
Oh, honey buns.
Perpetua, do you want some explosives?
Yes.
That seems like a terrible idea, but
Oh.
thank you.
Okay.
Wait, that was a terrible idea. Thank you. I don't want any. Or this is a terrible idea. I want them. Thank you.
Listen, I was leaving that deliberately vague so we can interpret it later to our advantage.
I think I will leave a couple of small explosives, not like the really dangerous kind, the smaller ones that are more of a throw them and it's a distraction while you run the opposite direction. And I'm specifically not giving them to Jexa. I'm handing them straight to Perpetua.
All right.
So Perpetua has 2 of the small explosives that aren't good for much except distraction, but they're a good distraction.
All right. All right, so Perpetua armed with explosives, Jexa high on battle stems. You are left with Sister Samantha. Gemma and Val, you are heading back to the Oh Boii. And Calypso, that's when a call comes, like a priority 1 message kind of comes in to the Oh Boii. Like you can, there's, the ship is announcing that you have an incoming message. Gregor's like, what? And kind of runs to the cockpit. It's Captain, this one needs your clearance. This one's coming in specifically for the captain of the Oh Boii.
She'll because she ran with him, she'll do her and patch it through.
All right, you kind of tap and at first it's all staticky and you can hear, is this the Oh Boii?
Yes, who's this?
Who's this? Did you bring a young girl named Jexa Mendez to this planet?
Who is this?
The picture starts to resolve, and you can see there's a man typing at a what seems to be like a portable terminal, and he kind of hits the side, and it kind of comes in, and he's wearing like a jumpsuit, like an Engineers Guild jumpsuit. He's got salt and pepper hair, and you can see kind of like maybe what was once a well-kept beard, but has kind of gone a little unkempt. He says, "I'm her father, damn it!" And he turns around, and his eyes go wide. Calypso?
Braxton?
And that's where we will end for tonight. That is... that's where we're done for tonight. I hope you all enjoyed it. I thoroughly love this group. Crew of the Oh Boii, you guys are wonderful. Thank you for the directions that you take this game. I do not say that often enough. I run a lot of different games and each one is unique, but like this game is definitely your guys' personality kind of unfolding as the story goes on. So I just wanted to say how much I appreciate you guys. Chat, I also appreciate you. I would run this game without you, but you add a certain level of delight to this game that I thoroughly enjoy. So, as you all probably could say at home along with me, check out all the other great shows on the Ulisses International channel. We've got New Worlds, where every week Robert Aducci has guests on. They talk about what's new on coming down the pipeline on Ulysses International Games. They do insights with authors and designers, and it's a lot of fun to just check in and watch. You also need to check out the other great shows. There's stuff on Myth, Dawn of Heroes, the new version of the board game. There's stuff on Myth, Tales of Legend, which I am writing a bunch of the setting material for. You can find a ton of other great shows. Robert Aducci is always doing great things on the channel. Reading through books, showing off new products. If you like the games that we run, and we only run 2 of the amazing games that Ulysses produce. We are all, or at least those of us who have played, we're big fans of The Dark Eye. It's a great game and world. There's a lot of other things that I can't talk about, but that are coming down the pipeline that are just amazing. So stay tuned on the Ulysses International channel. If you have not subscribed here on Twitch, please do so. They'll send you alerts when other shows are going live. Subscribe on YouTube. If you like what we do, check out our shows on Iconics. Follow us on the Iconic Production channel, both here and on YouTube. Becca runs an amazing Call of Cthulhu game on Monday nights. We have a 5e game on Friday nights. And then on the off weeks that I'm not running Torg, I'm running Jackals, which is just amazing to see in the wild. It is a Bronze Age role-playing game that I put together. But you're here for Ulysses material, and I hope you enjoyed tonight. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay gaming. I am JM, your GM. This is the crew of the Oh Boii. We will be back in 2 weeks to find out what's going on with Calypso and Braxton. We'll see you then.